Welcome, everybody, and thank you for coming in for this episode of Thirsty Thursday. You know, I don't have any real agenda today, but what I decided what I was going to do was that, well, I did have an agenda, and it changed on me a couple of days ago, which is cool. It's not a big deal. But what I decided to do today was I decided that I was going to sit back. We're going to have it nice and chill in here tonight, and we're just going to straight out talk metal detecting and treasure hunting. And so what I did was today I dropped out a couple posts, one in my Monday Digs private chat group, and then one in the Ohio River History members chat, and decided that anybody that wanted to come up and talk, metal detecting and history today, we were just going to come out here and we were going to hang out. We were going to go through the day. Also, in case you didn't look at the thumbnail carefully, there's a few things on there. There is potential for giveaways again tonight, as there's always going to be. But guess what? I'm not going to tell you what they're going to be. So if you know anything about me, if you know the things that I look for and the things that I want, then you might qualify yourself or everybody in the chat for a giveaway. But you got to figure out what I want, because hand holding and talking about things every time to get people to to cooperate for a giveaway isn't always the most fun thing to do. I like to make it kind of I'll give you guys at least something to think about for this probably hour and 10 to 30 minutes that we may be here today. First thing we're going to do today, though, as always, we're going to run through the chat. I have a couple of announcements tonight, too, that I'll get to probably somewhere in this early portion of the stream, and so that we can talk about a few people. But the first person that was on my list today, and I'll go into a little more detail in a little while, Mainly Dirt Fishing. Mainly Dirt Fishing is having a astronomical giveaway. It's going to be fantastic for his 600 subscribers. And please make sure you get entered in this. You don't want to miss it. If you've not subscribed over there, please do so. That's going to be one of those type of giveaways that, somebody is just feeling awful froggy and wants to have a great giveaway. And what better way to start about that today is start this stream out is talking about that. I'm going to mention it again here in a little while. Hopefully he's, I see him. He's still in the chat. And you know what? But, that's the thing is that, we're in a very generous community. Everybody here is some of the most giving, caring people that I've ever come across. And when people go through and put a lot of effort into these giveaways, I know people jump into streams and stuff for the giveaway and don't always hang out. But you know what? If somebody takes that much time and effort to put out a giveaway, make sure you check out the channel. He just dropped the link in the chat. Get on over there and make sure that you get in on that, because you don't want to miss out. Good giveaways you don't want to miss out on. Mainly Dirt Fishing. Links in the chat for the giveaway. Thank you, Rob. Also, right after that, Mr. J. Paul, who's got some intuition about things, says, smash that like. Let's get this thing to 100. Right on, J. Paul. Miss Grandma Kelly is on the road today. She's headed towards the Rusty Magnets event in Wisconsin. So everybody, Grandma Kelly also passed her 1,000 subscriber mark live on Monday Digs. I believe it was last Monday. So everybody make sure you congratulate her and get on over to her very special brand of content for magnet fishing. She represents a lot of stuff that the Monday Digs crew, we really go after. So Grandma Kelly, I'm real proud of you. She's doing really well right now. Freelancing tips for beginners, Cristo Angelo, Mr. Bubbles. Hey, Mr. Bubbles, nice to meet you. Thank you for stopping by. LL Keep Digging Metal Detecting is in the house as well. The Tobach channel. And right now, some of these names that you guys aren't familiar with, they are from the Buchi Bonita faction of the Philippines. They come over and they support us every single day. If you want to look into that and find another community that is super supportive and caring, get over to Buchi Bonita's channel and watch her streams and how they present. She should be running a live stream right now called Good Vibes. Make sure you check her out. She's a great supporter. Secretary Buchi Bonita, there's another one of those channels. And there's Mr. Steve Starry. He's lost and found. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Thank you for being here. And also, this isn't set in stone yet, but we're working on a new possible member for Monday Digs. Totally gnarly treasure. Make sure that you put your link in here. Somebody share his link out. He's got about 40-some subscribers. Hasn't really picked up yet. Just starting out. We're talking about taking him in on the Monday Digs group and kind of helping promote him out a little bit. And let's see what kind of power that we have. I think we're going to really push hard for that. We're going to see if we can take somebody that doesn't have a lot out there already, but make sure you get over and support that channel as well. He is going to support you back. I guarantee it. And hopefully I can get something worked out and get him into the Monday Digs lineup. I Am Zaxxon is in the house, or I Am Zaxxon is here. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate you. He's chatting it up early. This was pretty early. And then we have Jeff's Obsessions is in the house as well. Practical Ken's buddy up in Michigan. Miss Mary Autism Magnet Fishing is here to just give me crap tonight. So anybody that sees her, don't let her beat me up too bad if I don't see it in the chat. Relic Reaper Dawn is in the house. What's up, Dawn? Nice to see you. 508 Magnets. Mr. Josh is in the house. Everybody's favorite animal control officer. He's really been working on his content lately. You should get over there and make sure you stop by 508 Magnets. Him and his wife have been doing quite a few things. He's out magnet fishing again, putting out a ton of content. Let's see who else we got here today. Can Do Veteran is in the house. Thank you, brother. Nice to see you. Relic Reaper, I got you already. We got some of the chatty people in here. 10 Man's in the house. We'll be seeing 10 Man here in about a week and a half or so at the Flash Bash. It's going to be a weekend prospecting, metal detecting, and magnet fishing where the treasure hunting community comes together. Mr. Ed Marvin runs that. I think there's still spots available for campers in Central Ohio at a secret location. Check out Ed Marvin if you guys want to head up to that. JP Lawns and More. Speaking of the Flash Bash participants, there's my brother right there. Let's go. Yeah, tell him, JP. Let's do this tonight. Let's have some fun. Gotta keep on going down the list here. A lot of chatties in here today. FL Thunder digging with Rob. First time in 40 years that man's been on time for anything. Gotta love Rob being on time. I didn't let him make me be too late when we were in Missouri. That video won't be out for a little while, probably a week or two. I still got a little bit more with Iron Antler next week. Be sure you stop in on Monday and check out that video. On Monday, it's going to be a really good one. But all them collaborations are a blast. If you have the opportunity to hang out with somebody, please do so. Let us go on through a little farther here. That has been a very chatty group. Miss Kathy is in the house. Thank you for being here, Kathy. Much appreciated. I wish I could have been up to Wisconsin with you all this weekend. That would have been a blast. But I will see everybody in July. Let's see. Mr. David Alfonsetti is in the chat. Another one of our regulars. Thank you for being here, David. I appreciate it. Papa Roos, what's in the dirt? Tuesday night's live stream. Mr. Bill always has a pretty decent live going on every week. Always good conversation. I always find myself editing during his stream, but I always sit and listen and support. Sometimes they drag stuff out of me. Rob was trying to drag me into conversation this week, but I didn't get a chance to really participate. Marty Verstahl is in the house. What's up, Marty? Nice to see you. The other side of the boat, Mr. Jerry up there. I believe he's in either Virginia or Maryland. I can't really tell you exactly which one, but man, when he sends me pictures and on, via text message, I just want to go up there and dig with the man because he's finding some great stuff up there. If you haven't checked out the other side of the boat, Mr. Jerry has got a great finds on that channel. Metal Detecting Montana is in the house. Everybody, there's another small YouTuber in here looking to grow his channel, Metal Detecting Montana. Somebody make sure they get a link dropped and get on over and support him, please, and thank you. Man, it's a lot of chat tonight. Jim Steele is in the house. What's up, Jim? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Metal Detecting with Randy. Good evening, everyone. I'm driving this evening. Hope everyone's having a good evening. Randy's always driving. That man drives more than probably anybody in here. You gotta know that he does everything he can to support the community while he's in his car. Logs into lives, smashes that button, leaves comments. Definitely. Let's see on else who we got. Oh, looking. I just think I bumped. Hey, there's my favorite son, Alley Cat Treasures, Mr. Tim. How are you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. I skipped by some people, so I'm probably going to miss a few. Headed to the Creek is in the house. What's going on? Whistle Pig Dave is in the house. I got your email, Dave. Thank you very much. The Fox in the Ground Detecting is in the house. Another one that stops in pretty frequently. Tom Riley. What's up, Tom? Nice to see you. Thank you for being here tonight. As we were saying earlier, the two people we've been talking about this first thing today, if you're just getting here, mainly dirt fishing, 600 subscriber giveaway, and totally gnarly treasure is going to be a trial member in the Monday Digs as soon as I can get him worked in. Very new to YouTube. We're going to see if we can take somebody new and kind of give them some guidance and help them and see if we can make them enjoy the process a little bit more. Maybe it won't be as difficult for them as it was for some of us. A lot of chat today. Lot of chat. Oh, I keep bouncing my chat around, so I'm losing my order here. Jeff, Brewers Prospecting, hangs out with AU guys quite a bit, does a lot of live streaming. I'm sure Jeff will be at Flash Bash. Can't wait to see you, Jeff, my brother. Definitely. Miss Deeds is in the house, another Flash Bash attendant last year. Think she's going this year. Her and Mr. Holden, Don, at Detection Connection. I can't wait to see the both of them. Definitely can't wait to see the both of them. And Deej, I definitely got somebody gave me an idea, and the first person that we discussed in this idea was you. When we have a chance at Flash Bass, sit down and have a little bit of a private conversation. It was a really good idea. I'm hoping that we can do something, but I need people to help me with it a little bit, and I think you'd be ideal. Michigan Magnet Man, Mr. Tanner, is in the house dropping his videos. I think he's dropping them on Fridays. It's either Fridays or Saturdays. I can't remember which. My days and nights get so confused. I'm usually just getting in when it comes on. So, but definitely check out Tanner and Miss Scuba Sonia if she's not in here. They've been collaborating for quite some time now. It's awesome. And absolutely the Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing. Tanner, would you drop the link for the GoFundMe for that? We've already did our fundraiser in here, but that doesn't mean you can't continue to support that cause. They're going to drop a GoFundMe. Yeah, it's Friday at 8:15. I got you, brother. I knew it was. I just get a little confused at times. But definitely, if you haven't yet, you can get on over and support that cause. We can always. There's always more to be done, and we'll have a blast this year in Detroit. Oh, Jersey Ray Diggs is in the house. Rachel, sorry I got in late last night. I caught your stream a little bit, and I didn't get to catch a lot of it because I was pretty wore out. But you were touching on an interesting topic that I would love to touch on here after a while a little bit, which was talking about people that in the community believes plants their finds in metal detecting. I definitely think that that's an interesting conversation because you get the feeling on some people sometimes, and I've had that feeling before on watching certain videos. And you know what? When I have that feeling, I instantly turn those channels off. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I've done that several times. You know, everybody can tell by what I pull out of the ground that I don't always find the best stuff, but I work really hard in I make a decent video, and I'm proud of what I pull out of the ground. And I think anybody that does to the other is absolutely just cheating themselves. Ain't helping them. Motor City Magnet Fishers is in the house as well. There is the originator of Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing, Mr. Jason Vanderwall. Please, guys, if you guys haven't yet, support that cause. Them guys, if you want to make a donation for that cause, you can send it to my Cash App, $ Lewis Skirvin. That's my cash tag. I will definitely make sure they get it. I'm pretty sure that I got a donation in the mail today. I haven't opened it yet from Mr. Randy. Oh, I thought I was losing my internet there for a second. Mr. Randy made a donation that I got for them, and I'll be passing that one along here shortly. Gary's metal detecting is in the house. Hey, if you haven't been, if you guys want to talk about YouTubers that are really pushing the issue as far as, rapid growth and doing well, Gary over at Gary's Metal Detecting 945 on Monday Digs has been doing astronomical things with his videos. He's really tied into the algorithm and how to put out a good video and is doing very well. If you haven't, please get over and check out Mr. Gary. One of our Monday Digs guys that's doing really well. Him and Brian both are killing it. Let's go on through a little bit, seeing where we're getting at the bottom here. Man, it's a nice crowd in here today. This is going to be perfect for discussion tonight. FLX Detectorist. Hey, Metal Detecting Wisconsin's in the house. What is up, my brother? I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Thank you for stopping by. Some really great finds over on the channel there. I was so stoked to see some of the stuff that's coming out over there of the ground. I couldn't believe it. One of the nicest guys I've had on the show. Please get over there and make sure you check that channel out. He has got a great channel. Digs really excellent stuff. Got a lot of really good permissions, so on and so forth. Yeah, I got that list. Tanner, I'll send it over. I'll send it over as soon as I'm done tonight, brother. I'm sorry. I did not send it to you already. Yeah, you have had a really awesome spring, dude. Super proud of you. I watch everybody. I don't watch everybody as frequently as I'd like, but I do catch everybody that has, been really good to me for sure. I'm telling you what, I'm getting pretty close to the bottom down here. If I missed anybody, Swamp Rat is in the house. Miss Mandy Brown is here as well. Getting close down here. I know I skipped over a few today, so if I missed you, I apologize. Also, I would normally be running the list of members across the bottom, but since we've added the entry-level membership, that list has filled up pretty solid, trying to work some stuff into that. But like I told everybody earlier, since everybody's kind of filing in now, there's 3 possible giveaways tonight. Be sure that there's certain ways to go about them. I'm not holding everybody's hand anymore on giveaways. I mail and send out a bunch. So if you know what I like in the stream, you'll figure it out pretty quick, and maybe we'll get there. And if we don't, there's always next week, because it's going to happen every week. Miss Beverly Smith is in the house as well. Thank you for stopping in today. And let me make sure I didn't forget anything. And you know how I make sure I didn't forget anything? I'm going to bring up my thumbnail for just a quick second. Let's see. Metal Detecting Talk, open panel for members and Monday Digs participants, secret giveaways, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay, I think I've hit just about all the high points. Absolutely ready to start talking some metal detecting today. There's a lot of points to metal detecting that's really worth mentioning. But today, I'm going to go ahead. The first person that jumped in that absolutely wanted to discuss this topic, and you know what? I probably should have recorded the 5 or 6 minutes before 9 o'clock that him and I spoke in here, about, the stuff that we were talking about. We will probably retouch on some of those issues. But if you haven't gotten over yet, this is Mr. Ronald Slatton of Calvary Relics. He's based out of Georgia, and he is a great supporter of the channel, and he has been one of the supporters of the Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing. And I wanted to talk some shop with him today, and he showed right on up. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going pretty good. I've been working really late and trying to get all my stuff done so that I can make time on the weekend to get, I want to get 6 hours of swinging between 2 days. And because if I don't, I feel like I've missed out. So how's your week been?
I've been good. Got out a little bit yesterday. Kind of touching on what you were bringing up. The property I was on, the permission, is getting kind of hard to swing the detector. So I decided today to take my tractor over. It's been a great permission. It's kind of the pay it forward. Got a little short on the YouTube. Basically, it's an elderly lady. She's in her 80s. It's about 5 acres of land, and family lives out of town. So take care of it. I'd bring my tractor over and keep it bush hogged and cut. Keeps me a good place to detect, but also something she doesn't have to worry about.
Yeah, that's another thing. If somebody's not around, it especially there's a lot of permissions like that. You'd be surprised when you go through your county registry and how the people that own property, and a lot of them don't live here, or they're they just own the property for whatever reason, and they don't have a chance to even look after it. And then to have somebody with a respectable mindset to come in and take care of it a little bit, and then get to dig in the process. That's exactly what we talk about, paying it forward, and good for you.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you ask permission and they've had people come out there and detect before, leave holes, leave the trash they dig. If you want to keep with the hobby and still keep permissions, you're definitely going to have to take care of them or they're going to dwindle away.
Yes, sir, and that goes to everybody in the community. I know I missed one earlier. Mainly dropped a super chat. I'm not sure if it was him that dropped the one before that, or if it was Totally Gnarly Detecting, the new guy. But I'm sorry I missed to mention it. But thank you very much for the super chats. I appreciate those. They go straight back into this channel because sometimes it takes a little bit to do this. Yeah, and that's the thing. We were talking about this in private a little bit ago, and the only way that this hobby survives is that if everybody that has a detector and goes out somewhere and digs, whether it be public or private land, that you leave that place better than you found it. You've got to take care of the owner of that property, or you're going to ruin it. Okay, I got you. Totally Gnarly Treasure, man. I got to get you. Hey, you're still new to me, brother. I got to get used to you, but I promise I won't mess up for long. But you have got to take care of those permissions, or none of us are going to survive it. We're going to end up digging our yards till for every last nail and piece of tin that's out there. So take care of people and pay it forward, and leave the land always better than you found it.
For sure.
Now, so yeah, I was learning a little bit about Ronald's Detecting Stomping Grounds. He has got some very interesting military history in his area that I'm sure that he's going to be willing to share with us today. Tell everybody where you live or close to, and what you've got going on as far as history is concerned in your area.
Grew up a little city called Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. I still live just outside of it. Fort Oglethorpe was a military base, home of the 6th Cavalry from 1904 to about 1948. Closed after World War II. Of course, they were downsizing everything after that. Then it became a city, and still have some of the old base housing and things still here in the city. There's an old polo field where they played polo. A bunch of the old officers' quarters that are just some beautiful houses that were built turn of the century. Thing about it, it's just outside of the Chickamauga battlefield, where it had the Battle of Chickamauga and, of course, the Battle of Chattanooga. Fort Oglethorpe's in northwest Georgia, just on the state line of Tennessee, outside of Chattanooga. So the interesting thing is the Chickamauga battlefield was the first national battlefield park that the Park Service made. After the Civil War, when they were getting ready to go to Cuba for the Spanish-American War, they decided to send troops here to train, and they said because of the climate and the terrain, they brought them here, and they used the battlefield. And from the pictures, man, they trashed it. Even during World War I and pre-World War I, they did the same thing, digging trenches and everything. It's just amazing to think of what they may have found. But after they were in the battlefield, they decided that's when they needed a permanent fixture here for training. And that's when they built Fort Oglethorpe proper. And, you can go anywhere in the city of Fort Oglethorpe in yards, and, you're going to find things from Civil War on. The permission we were just talking about, I've dug Civil War on through World War I era things. Pretty much believe it was an overnight campsite for the Confederates after the Battle of Chattanooga or Chickamauga. I've dug a CSA buckle, a U.S. buckle, a bunch of drops. We found buck and ball where they were casting. And then it's just interesting to think that in that very same area that I'm finding things from those all three war periods,
Yeah, so I mean that it definitely gives you the opportunity to find military, Civil War, old silver. There's a lot of things that could have come through that area, especially in northern Georgia, more so than maybe sometimes in southern. Yeah, I think you're in an area that gives you an opportunity to maybe find stuff probably from starting in probably the early 1840s, somewhere in that ballpark. I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
there's a few things that's come out of the ground there about that. That's not bad at all, and you probably got 10 or 11 months of good digging weather every year too. You probably winters aren't too bad, are they?
No, they're not bad. A matter of fact, it was over 90 today. I was dying on the tractor.
Dying on the tractor, but that's the things you got to do. Protect them permissions. Joel Drummond Detect, what's up, my brother? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in today. We're just going to be us tonight. We're talking about metal detecting, any kind of treasure hunting. Members and Monday Digs members are available to come out and hang out. Uh, Tell everybody what detector you swing and how long you've been detecting.
I've been detecting a little over 20 years. Started out with a Tesoro, one of the silver UMAX, then a Bandito, and went to the Simplex not too long ago, actually. Loved the Simplex, but then the Legend came out, so had to get the Legend.
Hey,
Got
there
it
you
with
go.
the Pro Pack, so loving the 6-inch coil. One of the areas that I'm at, there's a lot of iron, and yesterday, no, well, it was in the video that I just dropped tonight. I was using that 6-inch coil, changed up my settings to really separate, and I was picking out some 38 cases that were in iron. So I was definitely very impressed with the machine.
Yeah, the technology, once especially these three newer detectors, the Equinox, the 800 series, the new Deus, and this Legend, are absolutely all three on top of it. Some get a little bit, better in certain areas than others, but they're all really close. You can't go wrong with any of them. I'm a Legend user. I love it. I'm not gonna stray away from Nocta. I got up here on my wall back behind me. I got my Nocta Impact, which I think is just as before they came out with multi-frequency was probably one of the better machines before the Equinox came out that was dropped. So, and then the Simplex is absolutely amazing for the money. So Nocta puts out a really good product. MindLab puts out a great product as well. The Vanquish series is really good. That 540 can dig up some good stuff as well. Very light, easy to use. What's up, Ficus and Toast? Yeah, I really love the technology and getting to test out new equipment. Mainly says he loves his Deus too. I got to get one. I just, gas prices right now I think are going to prevent me from buying another detector anytime soon. But I get to use the Knox whenever I feel like, and I get to use the older Mind Labs, not the CTX 3030, but the E-Track I get to use whenever I want as well. So I get to use a lot. Hey, everybody, really fast. There is CL Slot 6. She is out in the great state of Iowa. She does slots and scratch offs and stuff like that. Definitely give her a sub if you like to watch that kind of stuff. Stop by her channel and say hi. She's got a great channel over there. She's growing really fast. Anybody that has a few minutes, she comes in here to support. I stop by there to support. We may not all be about the same, the exact same community, but she's treasure hunting as well. She's just looking for somebody to give her the money. CL Slot 6, thank you for stopping in tonight. I appreciate you. Like I said, you was mentioning that, you got this 5-acre permission that you maintain the land for an older lady, which is definitely nice. What else? What else do you do when you go detect? What do you go looking for? You got anything special that you like to go do?
Detecting wise, just growing up here with the military history, that's pretty much mainly what I focus on here. Because, like I said, from Civil War on, just so much history here. You can knock on doors, and I've got a cartridge box plate that the guys over at American Diggers and a couple of people in Virginia still trying to figure out where it's from. They've only seen replicas. They've never seen a dug one. So that was found in a backyard by knocking on a door and just getting permission. There's stuff's everywhere. Just bought a magnet fishing kit here recently, so trying my hand at that.
Cannonballs, brother. Cannonballs.
Hey, there's been a lot found in the creeks and things that are around here. So
Yeah, see, that's what I would be doing. See, this year, I don't know when it's going to come out. I can't tell you right now. I had to stock up on content in order to be able to keep up with my work schedule. But it'll be sometime in the next month or so. I get out and do some water detecting with the Legend. But also, I got a couple creek beds that are full of history, and I bought the Nemo from To Dive and Detect this year. So I'm going to do a little bit of snorkeling as well, where these creeks dump into the river where I live. So that's another thing that I'm going to dive into this summer when it gets really hot and you can't dig, when the ground won't dig, and you're going to kill grass when you do. So that's what's going to be the next goal, next adventure. Got to keep playing. But have you thrown that magnet yet?
I did one day over at a little area that was a mill. Obviously, people probably have already hunted that out. I didn't hardly get any trash. The ironic thing is the Brute Magnetics is out of Ringo, Georgia, which is the next city over from Fort Oglethorpe. So they probably have already hit that little area. I want to blame you guys because of the Motor City Magnets and the event. Listening all about it, had to get on and order a magnet. So I blame you guys for another.
Absolutely. I mean, but that's the thing, man. You know what? There's going to be days that you really just may not have any place you really want to go dig holes, and you've got a nice public bridge with access there, or a place where people have dumped, and you can clean up the environment for a day. I mean, tell me that you're right, Tanner. It's completely addicting. There's so many things that you can save out of the water that are good targets. There's a lot of junk you can take out of the water and protect the wildlife. Everything you do while you're magnet fishing is a win-win situation, and it deserves a little bit of time. And yeah, Tin Man, I agree. Kratos Power. Like I said, I got to drop that ORH 12 for Kratos Magnetics. If you want to buy one, I get a cut. And also, let's see, you get that 12% discount. I'm trying to look on my list here of things that I got. Oh, there it is. We'll drop the logo up there for a few minutes. Mr. Benjamin Demchek at Kratos has been really good to me, and I will support him and for as long as he wants me to. But Kratos is awesome. So you're going to throw that magnet a little bit. I'm sure that there's got to be some cannonballs around where you're at. You got to come up with some of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah. A friend of mine kayaks and does the magnet fishing with it, and he pulled a scabbard. Still had the sword in it, but the handle had rusted away, so that part was gone with the brass. But it was a Civil War era scabbard and sword near one of the mills, and they've pulled shells, cannonballs, everything else through there. So I just haven't made it to that area yet.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Do you work full time?
I do. I work firefighter with the City of Atlanta Fire Department.
Now tell me that. That's a whole other story right there. I'm sure that that is a very trying job. Do you work those like 72-hour shifts or stuff like that? Is that how you guys do it, or how do you do your shifts?
We work 24 on, 48 off. So I go in the morning, and I'll get off Saturday morning. Then I'm off the weekend. But I've been down there for about 25 years, so 5 more and I can retire.
Man, that's admirable work. I'm sure that doing that work, you've seen some tragedy, but were you a military kid?
No, my dad was in Vietnam in the Army, but I stayed away from that. He kind of didn't want me to get into it.
That's the same. That was the same thing with my parents. They really told me that it was probably at the time, and we're talking early 90s, that probably wasn't a great time to go into the military anyway. That it wasn't the best thing for me to do. And they wanted me to focus on education and other items. So I did what I was told. But I definitely appreciate anybody that did serve and went to serve, and anybody that works for, in public service, like a fire department or a police officer. You guys have got it, way tougher than a lot of people out there doing work, because, that's a situation where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So
especially with PD right now.
there is no real choices when you're in those kind of fields. So you guys, anybody that knows anybody in those fields, make sure you thank them for looking after your families on these fires and stuff like that. We definitely have to have those people, and it takes a special type of person to do that job, dude. So I mean, what's on your bucket list? What are you looking for this year that you've never found?
Oh man, like we were talking earlier, some of the old silvers and coppers and things, the old English stuff, that'll take 29 years. Awesome. That's things I would love to go to Europe. It's crazy. My grandfather was in the Battle of the Bulge, and I would love to go to the Ardennes Forest and metal detect. I know it's not old stuff, but just the family connection and things there. I would say that's a bucket list in the future, but nothing that's going to happen this year.
Yeah, that's definitely on my list. There was an opportunity this year that I didn't really miss out on. It wasn't really available, but I put my name in the hat in case it was available, and I missed on it. I'll try again sometime. First of all, I want to say hello to a Mr. Glenn Turner who is in the chat tonight. New in the chat, Glenn, welcome. We talk community, we talk metal detecting, all forms of treasure hunting in here. It's a great environment for you and your family. If you got little ones, it's safe for them. We don't allow anything that's dirty in nature in here. I'm glad you stopped in and stopped by. I'd appreciate if you smash that little thumbs up and give everybody that you come into contact with a little bit of support as well. Maybe support their channels. Thank you for being in here, Mr. Glenn Turner. Beverly says hi. Also, Miss Amethyst is in the house. What's up, Shawnee? Nice to see you. Thank you for stopping in tonight and showing support as well. Yeah, I mean, so are you one of those guys? Do you get out to the events or anything, or do you just kind of detect with yourself?
Just myself. My brother is actually the one who got me into it years ago, using one of his machines. Found my first mini ball, and that was it. I was hooked. So me and him, another buddy of mine, he's a retired fireman. We get together. I'm actually going to go to one of the events that's one of the LDEMA, one of the gold events.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be doing a metal detecting type thing, but it's in Dahlonega, Georgia. If you guys aren't familiar with Dahlonega, it's where one of the first gold rushes in the United States happened, and it's not far at all from me. So since it's close, I'm going to go to it. Definitely want to go to some of the other events. It's just a matter of setting up and getting time. That's one of the good things about my job, though. I do have a lot of times where I can go detect. So I'm fortunate.
Yeah, that 24 on, 48 off would be right down my alley. I could do something like that. That would give me enough time to do what I wanted. The only place that I've really got to experience I've drove through Georgia plenty of times going to Florida. Never really stopped much, but we did before we took our family trip last year. I made it a point to get over to see Savannah because I had never been there before. And you want to talk about the old pirate looking town full of, Southern history and charm. That place has got everything that you could. Yeah, I want to go back and stay there for at least a few days. I wanted to experience a little bit more of the history. It's definitely a very cool place. Have you been down there before?
Oh, yeah, we go there a lot because of Tybee Island right down from it. You've got Fort Pulaski, which is between Tybee and Savannah. One of the interesting things is they've got some paperwork from when Robert E. Lee was a lieutenant out of West Point. He was one of the engineers that helped build Fort Pulaski originally. So a lot of history, like you were saying, colonial owned. I mean, it's a great city, Savannah.
Right on. Hey, really fast. Brockton Magnet Fisher is in the house. Hello, everybody. Sorry, he's on my phone. Say hello to all my peeps. Everybody loves you, Sean. Nice to see you, my friend. Take care. Thanks for hanging out. Smash that button for everybody. Good to see you. Really fast now, everybody. We've been talking great state of Georgia and wonderful weather. Well, I'm telling you what, the one person in this world that's got the weather that I definitely aspire to see or be a part of is my Monday Digs partner, and that is Mr. Gene from We Dig It. What is that, my friend?
What's going on, guys?
Sitting around discussing metal detecting today. just kind of hanging out, having a good old time.
Yeah.
Really fast, since you got a Legend user right next to me, and you get to use the Equinox. But tell me tell everybody in here how young Gene has been doing since he picked up that Legend.
Well, we started off the year with, I had the Equinox and he had the Simplex, and I found about 20 rings and he found one. And since then, it's been about 50-50. And he is killing it with the gold rings lately at the beach. I mean, seriously, he has found probably 7 or 8 gold rings this year, and they've all been with the Legend.
Right on. The Legend is turning out to be just, I don't know that it's any better or than either of the other two that are out right now, but that Equinox and that Legend, I say they're pretty equal as far as ability when you're out there. I don't think you're going to find much that you won't find with the other. So I think they're pretty solid out there. Their target separation is amazing.
That's been our experience as well. I know some people are saying they've had some trouble with, this or that. And I think part of it is just trying to figure out the machine, because every machine's a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm telling you, it finds targets deeper than I want to dig sometimes, both the Equinox and the Legend, both. So the only thing that I've heard to separate the Deus 2 from these machines is the depth. People say, well, it goes a couple of inches deeper. I don't know that I want to be digging that much deeper. I mean, seriously, I dig out targets with the Equinox sometimes 14, 16 inches, and that's a ton of digging, that's rough.
Now, I didn't get to see the video, but Merrill at Metal Detecting NYC did a depth comparison chart between those three detectors. And I haven't seen the video or the results, so I don't want to comment on it. But I think they was pretty equal at the heavy depths. And you know what? You're right. There's a certain point you get tired of digging. Sometimes I get to a target that's so deep with that thing, I don't want to dig no more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we detect in black sand, in the salt water and everything. I mean, we've had it underwater. It's just been a great machine, and we haven't had trouble with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I know the Equinox gets a bad rap for leaking. I haven't had mine leak. I've had it submerged in the Caribbean Sea several times, and I mean, completely underwater, and I haven't had any of that. I don't know if that's just been good luck or what, but
yeah, there's been several things that have been said, but the one thing that both of these companies do is they stand behind their products, and they actually, you're going to get the value out of whichever one you choose. It's not even really, I think they're just so equal. They're equal in size, stature, and depth. I mean, it's just a matter of preference, I suppose. I guess if you want to save a little money, you can go with the Legend. A lot of people like the Equinox because of how clean it sounds. That's the only thing about the Legend, unless you take it out of it. The Legend can get a little bit chatty at times, but that's where you get that depth, is that extra sensitivity in there. So I tolerate a little chatty at times.
And I'll tell you, the one area for sure that the Mind Lab is a step behind is build quality. Performance, they're not behind anybody, of this level detector, but their build quality. I mean, I've had to replace the arm cuff, the shaft. I have a strengthener for the coil, and the Legend has none of that. The Legend is right out of the box, throw it off of a building and it still works. I mean, it's built.
Yeah. So what was it, a couple of weeks ago, I was down there with Brian in his drained lake, and he's sitting there cringing every time I just throw that detector in the water and let it sink. I mean, it's making him sick to his stomach. He's like, I can't afford to take that chance. I'm like, that's what I paid for. If it doesn't do it, they're going to send me a new one.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's been good. And, Gene has really picked it up well and done really well with it. Switching back and forth, changing the tones around. It's not a machine that is, overly intimidating as far as the settings and that kind of thing. It's been very user friendly.
Yeah, that, and that's the thing. And just, and speaking about young Gene, to see somebody so enthused about the hobby at that age is really kind of different. I mean, he's definitely a different breed of kid, and I love watching him go about it, how excited he gets. It's not going to be a shame to watch him grow up a little bit more when he goes into the next portion of his life. because I'm sure that that's going to come sooner rather than later. But to see how much he's enjoying this, detecting right now with you, that's time that you can't change that ever. That's for a lifetime right there.
Yeah. And the younger boys, they don't detect as much. They do detect some, but they're a little bit younger. We do go on hikes together as a family on our channel. We do all kinds of different kinds of adventures. It's fun. It's really been a lot of fun. The channel itself, because honestly, it's like two different hobbies: the YouTube and metal detecting. They're really two different hobbies. And we've enjoyed both.
Yeah, and then speaking of which, because I constantly pump it up and promote it, but since we developed our group of folks, it's the passion in our group of 6 that we have, the private group of 6, basically the original clique in that, it's competitive, it's very good spirited. Everybody's, when people succeed, they're on top of it. They notice it, they pay it forward. Everybody's working together to put out a better product. We had a little bit of conversation that some of the other people that are in the Monday Digs haven't quite, adopted that part of the personality yet. But, and that's the goal, is to try to get everybody in the same, mindset as how we're approaching it. And it's been so much fun. And, if anybody doesn't realize it, Gene, myself, Brian, Gary, Don, and Ken, for the most part, we've become very close over through this. We've gotten to know each other a lot better. And, as a group, we're stronger and we have a blast doing it. And that's why Mondays have become so much fun for us for the last, what's it been, since November now?
Yeah, I think you and I actually started October maybe, with just you and I, and then Brian joined, and everybody else that kind of came along was probably November. Yeah.
It just seems like that time's gone by so fast, and then everybody's, we're talking doubled and tripled in size.
Oh, yeah.
Got to taste a little bit of success and what it's like to do well, and everybody just shares in it together. And that's why I can't stop talking about it. I stay excited about it.
I mean, so excited that you drop your videos 12 hours early,
Yeah. So there was about 40 people that caught that video. I dropped my video. I went in there. I was loading it up, and I was setting up the premiere, and I didn't hit the save button. And then for whatever reason, I went up there and laid down and went to bed, because usually when I do one, it saves as private first. I must have instinctively hit something else. And Brian texts me at like 12:45, 1 o'clock in the morning and says, "Hey, did you mean to drop that video?" And I look over at my phone and said, "Drop what video?" And then it was like, oh, and then I had to run downstairs and take it down after 40 people had watched it, had 9 comments. And then I'm like, I was, have to pull it down and set it back up because I didn't have any more content ready at that time. So, but yeah, I know. See, it was okay. It was a little bit of a preview out there.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Sneak peek.
There you go. That's right. Yep.
Gene, have you had the pleasure of meeting Ronald?
I haven't. I was just going to say, I don't even know your name.
Cavalry Relics. If you haven't had a chance to talk to him yet,
I think I've seen your channel. I may have even subscribed. I just haven't watched too much yet.
I believe
He's in Northern Georgia. He's got the Civil War camp next to him. There's a lot of military history in his area. He's been an absolute pleasure to talk to, and definitely been a very good supporter of a lot of us. So I was glad that he came up.
That's awesome.
I appreciate it.
Nice to meet you, Ronald.
You too, sir.
Yeah, Tanner says he missed his own premiere recently. You know what, Tanner? With our Monday Digs crew, if one of us happens to miss a premiere, there's 5 to 10 others that are right there to help take care of that premiere when we can't be there.
Josh says he accidentally sent 2 videos to release at the same day and time.
Oh, that's a good one. Did that work? Would YouTube let you do 2 videos at the same time? Or did you fix it? Oh, that's a good one. Gene, with all the Danish history that you've got there, what's something that's on your bucket list? What's a U.S. coin that you're looking for that you haven't found yet?
Man. See, this is pretty much if you name it, it's really on my list. I have found a war nickel, so I've actually found 2 of those. I have found a couple rosies on island, silver rosies. 56 and maybe a 62. I can't remember. So I found a couple of those, and I found some Wheaties, but I haven't found an IHP. I found a V nickel also, which is cool. I haven't found a Buffalo nickel. I haven't found a Mercury. I haven't found a Barber anything, seeded anything, but I can't complain because I find coins that old and older. They're just not US. I mean, I even find, I found a 1919 3 pence, which was silver. I found that at the beach. That was really cool. And then it hasn't aired yet, but I found a really old French coin in the video coming up in a couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
1600.
Cannot wait to see that video, honestly.
Yeah. I was shocked. I didn't know what it was because I could see the date and I said, hey, I think that says 1657. I'm pretty sure. So.
Yeah, that's a great comment, Gnarly. Gene, Totally Gnarly Treasure, is going to probably join us on a trial basis coming up soon. He is a very green new channel, very low on the subscriber count. If anybody in here hasn't yet, stop by and support his channel. We're going to add him in on Mondays,
Awesome.
Try to get him going to see if we can take somebody from the ground up and kind of help them, groom them right into a nice role and see how that works out, because we haven't had anybody that was that low on the subscriber or new. So we're going to try him out. Also, and his comment there, at Mainly Dirt Fishing, you're sub to 3K channels. Your feed must be insane. But you know what? That says that Mainly is really, he's in the community and he's at a lot of different people and he's supporting many people. So if you're not supporting his channel and his 600 sub giveaway, you're doing something really wrong, because that guy right there he's all over the place. So Mainly Dirt Fishing, 600
Awesome.
sub giveaway, and Totally Gnarly Treasure, pretty new to YouTube. Check those guys out today.
Yep, for sure.
Definitely,
Yeah,
that's
so-
a sub to Totally Gnarly. So,
And that's it, man. And I'm gonna spend some time with him this weekend and get him ready. Hopefully, get him in a slot Monday night. And then you know what? I think after that, I'm gonna let Mondays kind of settle for a little bit. We've had some new people coming in and out, and then we're gonna work it around. We're gonna lock that schedule in, and then maybe here in about a couple of weeks we'll talk about adding again. But we're pushing. But you know, there's lots of good hours left in the day on the West Coast. So you know, once we get past that 10:30, 11 o'clock Eastern time, you know, that's still 8:30, 9 o'clock out there on the West Coast, and we can keep putting out videos. Anybody wants to stay out there and watch, or if we can load that contingent up a little bit, get some of them viewers from Southern California in here. It's definitely the goal to keep loading up videos and bring light to this treasure hunting community.
It's been
What's
such a
up,
good thing.
Ken?
I mean, we were completely on the outside. You know, we hadn't been a part of the hobby. We, really weren't doing anything with YouTube other than watching Dude Perfect. My boys are really into those guys, of course, and I am too. I enjoy watching them. But so we were completely from the outside, and man, just to step into something like this and have people just, hey, let's go. We're friends. It's just good stuff. For all of the bad things that you see and hear about the world today, I really think if you just take the time to be kind and talk to people, you'll find out it's not nearly as bad as what some people want you to believe it is.
Yeah. Hey, Tin Man, really fast. It's not weird how some people on their channels can get more views on their shorts compared to their videos. That's not a weird thing. Shorts is set up for everybody to get views. But if you want to get views on your videos, why don't you take this into consideration? We have maybe 35 to 50 people that kind of frequent through our Monday Digs videos. That's it. That's all the people that really come through and support it. After that, everybody's views come from unsubscribed people that we don't know, that YouTube chooses to share our video with and put it on their feed. And that's all due to the analytics and the algorithm. And we've got one person in particular in our group that knows, two now, because he's taught one of the others, knows those things very well. And that's how you get the views, is by setting up your videos the right way. There's a lot of stuff out there. You want to join one of the membership programs here, the Treasure Fan membership. I'll definitely start keying anybody in on it that wants to learn it. I've sat down with several people, and it's amazing what people can do to improve and just don't know.
Yep. And the shorts, like it's just, I mean, just forget everything that you think you know about YouTube with shorts. Just put them out. That's all there is
Listen.
to it. I put one out yesterday, and I think I sent you the picture, but in 22 minutes, it was over 1,200 views.
Wow.
In 22 minutes. But then I've put others out that sit there for days, nothing happens, and then all of a sudden they take off. And then I've put others out that get 30 views, and that's it. Like they never take off. It just
No rhyme or reason.
What to find.
No.
Our most deep short, we found a nail and a pull tab, and it's 19,000 views. It's crazy.
Yeah, Tanner of Michigan Magman says it sucks that shorts views don't count towards watch time and monetization. The only way that those views do count is that if it's not through the shorts feed. The shorts feed gets you subscribers. It gets you recognition, gets your channel out there. But so there's two schools of thought. You can set your video up for success as far as being shared by the feed, not the feed, the browse features and what YouTube lets on searches and stuff like that. That's setting your video up the right way. The only thing that really there's nothing that really matters with a short. I put one out a couple of weeks back. I dropped it. I had 0 subscribers. I had 0 content. I dropped it, and within 2 days, I had 600 or 800 views. I had no impressions. Nobody else was seeing it. It's just people watching it on the feed. I released the same video. I took it down. I released it over here on my regular channel, and I barely got 300 views. And so a channel that had no contact with YouTube whatsoever, a dummy channel. And to make it even worse, Alley Cat found it and subscribed to me. It has no rhyme or reason. It had no title. It had no description.
Yeah. You put no title in, and YouTube put a date for it, wasn't it?
YouTube put the date in there as a title because it wouldn't let me put out an untitled video. But it just tells you that the short feed is pot luck. If you're looking to gain subscribers, if you're looking to get people to look and see your channel like a commercial, basically, that's a great way to go about it. But as far as everything else goes, it's your being consistent with your long content.
Yep.
But
being consistent and doing it the right way with that title, your thumbnail, your tags. Those are really the three big things.
It's amazing how much that stuff actually plays in. Monterey Magnet Man is in the house. I have not seen you in here before, sir. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you moderator status, and you may share your channel. I know I see Grandma Kelly shouting you out quite consistently, and I will be sure to get by and hit you up here shortly.
Hi to everybody, by the way, in the chat. I haven't said hello to everyone, so I see lots of people here that I know, of course. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, there you go. And there's another thing that Gary just pointed out. Cards and end screens for promoting your content. Video must be at least 24 seconds long for end screen. That's a good point.
Yep.
Hey, John the Digalish is here. Another great supporter of this channel and YouTube in general. There he is, my friend. And also there's Paul's Metal Detecting Finds. Be sure to stop by that one. I don't know if I'm subscribed or not. Let's find out really quick. I am not. Paul has 1.2K subscribers. Congratulations, sir. Nice to meet you. And quite a bit of content on here. I got you. Got you, Paul. It's nice to meet you, and thank you for stopping by. I'll get one of your videos loaded up here, and that way I don't miss out. Man, you've got the one farm that you guys hunt on the island. Well, how big is your island, first of all?
It is 84 square miles, so it is 28 miles long and about 7 or 8 miles wide at the widest point. It's basically, if you take the state of Kentucky and flip it, it's just the opposite. So the west side is the fat side, and it works down to the skinny in the east side instead of, Kentucky's basically Louisville's over, by the skinny side, and the mountains are over on the west side or the east side.
Yeah.
It's the reverse. So 28 miles long, about 7 or 8 miles wide for 84 square miles.
Wow.
Now, what brought you there?
I am a pastor of a church, and the church contacted me, and
Awesome.
I was living in Pensacola, and they contacted me and said, "Hey, we're the pastor was leaving, is a guy I knew." He said, I really want to make sure and try to help them if I can to find somebody. So talk to me, and I was like, hey, I don't know that we're going to be moving, but we'll pray about it. And I mean, the only way that I can describe it is it was just the Lord said, okay, let's go. And so we moved.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah, I tell you what, man, I'm pretty envious. I'd love to be on an island somewhere. I think that being locked away from the BS of today's world sometimes would be nice. Just be confined to your one area and just take care of each other. I think that'd be really cool. But
in
then
some ways,
beaches,
it's like raising my children in the 80s.
yeah.
I mean, really, like a lot of the things, like people ride down the road with people in the back of their pickup truck, like we used to do back in the 80s, and just different things are just, it's just a different place, a lot more small knit community. It's nice. We really love it.
Yeah, Colin's like, Gene said Louisville. How funny is it that I'm sitting in here in the great state of Kentucky? Colin's a Louisville Cardinal fan, and Gene mentioned both things as far as the ways he is right now. But yeah, that's
if you don't know much about me, that's mainly because I was born in Kentucky. So if anybody out there knows Eastern Kentucky very well, I was born in Perry County, more specifically Hazard, Kentucky. So
it's a good thing you got out of that town probably when you did.
I enjoy coming back to visit. I love it. I really do. My sister still lives there, a lot of family. So we get back every once in a while.
So not to bring up a horrible subject, but it's kind of funny. No, it's not funny at all. Let me rephrase that. So in the mid 90s, there was more illegal pain medicine being run out of Hazard, Kentucky than anywhere in the country. It eventually shifted to Florida, mind you, but they were running pain medicine out of Hazard, Kentucky like there was no tomorrow, and everybody was running it. And that's the one thing that really I always hear about is about Hazard.
Yep. Yeah, it does not surprise me. It's
pretty rural there, isn't it?
Oh yeah. When my sister first got married, she was 2 hours off of the main road, up in the holler, and she was so far back that they didn't have running water. I mean, the things that are just kind of normal in life today, they just didn't have. So.
Totally Gnarly Treasure says, I will sub to anyone that links their channel. If I'm not subbed to already, just make sure that you take a little bit of time and watch a video, leave one comment at least, so that YouTube does not just immediately yank that away from them.
I've heard some people say you need to comment at least 4 words too.
Yeah, leave something heartfelt about what you saw, whether it be a short or whatever. But be sure to give that channel a chance, because an empty subscriber does that channel no good in the long run.
Yep.
Okay, God, man, it's already this hour. Ron has just flown by. We've been sitting here BSing. I didn't even look at the clock. Let me go and check and see if anything has been accomplished as far as the possibility of giveaways tonight. I'm going to say probably not, but that's okay. I'm not babysitting no more. You guys can figure it out. Let me see. I'll go start right here. And let's see. Right there. Hit the button. And that's not.
Can I ask Ron a question?
Sure. Go for it, bro.
All right. What's on your bucket list still that you haven't found?
Shane and I were talking about that. It's crazy. I see all these videos, people with the seateds digging all those. And, Barber's been the oldest silver that I found. So a seated, I would love, but I'm going to have to go somewhere to find a real, something like that. But I'll take a seated.
Yeah.
How about yourself?
I mean, any American quarter, SLQ, I would love to find. That's kind of like the probably the American coin. But like I said, there's just so many I haven't dug. But we've really found stuff back from the 1500s and up. So it's
kind of weird, isn't it?
It is. And in the same place, because there's a couple different plantations that we're allowed to dig at. We'll find things from modern day and things from 300 years ago. It's really weird, but it's just the way it is. So
James from Iron Antler is here. My video Monday. It's another full day of still hunting with him in that early 1900s African American community slot where we were digging. A lot better finds come out of the ground this week as we're progressing towards the good stuff. It's kind of going to be a series for a little bit, digging in Missouri. James is he's up in Wisconsin right now for that mental health getaway for the magnet fishing community up there. I hope they have a great time. I saw the lock. James, Risha sent me a picture. It looks just like my iron lock.
The one
only
that you
yours
cleaned
came
up?
out of the ground.
Yep.
Or yours came out of the water. But congratulations, that's a great find. Can't wait to see it on a video, my friend. I hope you guys have a blast. Other than that, there was something else I saw that I wanted to hit on just a second ago. 907 is in here. Where did he go? My gosh, it goes so fast. I'll lose chat.
Did I hear somebody ask if I was a Duke? By the way, I think I read that because I was born in Hazard. No, I'm not a Duke, but that's actually Hazard County, Georgia, is where that storyline is set. By the way,
My people.
yeah, Hazard, Kentucky is in Perry County, but there are lots of General Lees in Hazard, Kentucky. I promise you that.
That's hilarious.
Yep.
A lot of coincidences. There's Miss Risha right there, bone dead heathens in the house. They're having a blast in Wisconsin. I wish I was still on vacation. Work absolutely killed me this week. About the worst week I could have had at work, and it took all my time and it took a lot of energy and my brain power. Our casino is a riverboat, and riverboats operate differently than land-based work because everything's just different. You got generators, DC panels, all kinds of different electrical. And we blew up our emergency generator during testing this week, which is a very vital part of that ship. And in doing so, the main generators for the boat went into protect mode and dropped out all our HVAC. And we didn't realize it, but one of the circuits that controlled a relay in there was battery powered. It, basically as a backup. Well, the batteries completely died. When they died, a battery charger won't recharge them. So we had no air conditioning for about 48 hours, and we were busting our butts trying to figure it out. And we were calling experts, and experts were like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I've never seen anything like that. And, we're not boat people. So we struggled for a couple of days, and I got behind on everything at home. So I got to bust it out so I can get to do some treasure hunting this weekend. Gene, when are you guys going out treasure hunting again?
Saturday for sure.
Saturday for sure. That's usually my answer. Rusty Magnets is in the house. They are putting on the event in Wisconsin this weekend. If anybody's up there hanging out with them, tell Clay and the Gin Show I said hello. Thank you guys for stopping by tonight. Mainly Dirt Fishing. Once again, get into the 600 sub giveaway. Click the link below and join up. That is an awesome giveaway, folks. If you're not involved in it, please get in it. You'll regret it if you don't.
Oh, yeah.
We just this week we've been able to find a beach that we've been to before, but when we went to it this time, all of the soft sand was stripped away and it was back to the black sand. And I'm telling you, we found some insane things there. And one of them is we found Jesus the other day. I just released that short today. It's a little gold piece of jewelry, and it's Jesus.
Depth Spaders in the house.
13 rings from there, 2 bracelets. It's just crazy. It really
Same
is.
beach? The same beach?
Yeah, same beach.
Wow.
One beach, 13 rings. But, Shane knows, and a lot of people in the community know, but there's nobody else on island that metal detects. And there's, 50 miles of beach. So
that would
never
be
going to
awesome.
run out of stuff to do.
We got a lot of stuff to do, yeah.
See it my way one. Mr. Shane was in the house. How you doing, my brother? Nice to see you in here tonight. Thank you for stopping by. 8 o'clock on Monday Digs. Be sure to check him out every single week. Let's see what else we got going in the chat here. Man,
Shane's amazing. He's got a series he does on his channel, because he's blind, and he's got a series that he does where he shows us how he's able to do things. And if you've
Amazing.
never watched anything of it, you need to go watch it, because he shows you how he's able to participate in these lives. Just think about being able to do that, or having to do that, and not being able to see. He shows us, how he even operates a chainsaw. I mean, one of his videos is him using a chainsaw. It's just, he's an amazing and inspirational guy. So, go watch it.
The best thing about Shane is his wife, and I'm going to tell you why. That woman's got a great sense of humor. Some of the clothes she puts him in, the costumes and stuff, makes him look all funny and stuff on camera, makes him think that he's wearing nice shirts and stuff, pink and purple polka dotted stuff, and just, dresses him up like a 4-year-old. Sometimes it's hilarious. I don't stop busting on him. I bust on him constantly about that. But the thing of it is he doesn't know. I know what I saw.
Yep.
But Shane was one of my favorite guests that I had on here. I was just, the thing of it is that, the things when people have bad things like that happen to them, I mean, where they lose a sense. If you lose a sense, that's the huge detriment. But to be able to come back and function the way that he functions by himself without any help is just, it's not necessarily amazing, because he didn't, it's because he didn't give up on himself. He didn't get depressed. He didn't let it slow him down as a human being. He kept promoting himself and just doing everything he wanted to do, and didn't let nothing stand in his way. And
not just get by. I mean, thrive. Like
thrive, absolutely. And that's why that channel is an inspiration to everybody, because I know a lot of people that something bad happens and they just give up. And and that guy says, you know what, I'm going to do it better. And we definitely appreciate him.
Yep.
She needs to quit making me wear pink shirts. I know, bro. That's what I'm telling you. You need to tell her about that stuff. Two brothers treasures in the house. What's happening? Nice to see you tonight. At another channel that's fairly new in here. Be sure you guys hang out and check them out a little bit. We're closing in. It won't be much longer. We'll be closing in on the end of the day today. That's right, Ohio in the house. Closing in on the end of the day. Hey, we did not reach my my weekly giveaway type of goals, and that's okay. I wasn't going to push for them this week. I just wanted to see if people would remember and then kind of work on those. We didn't make them this week, and that's perfectly fine. If I put secret giveaways in there, you all got to figure out what it's about. I ain't prompting you no more. I'm not babysitting. I don't mind doing the giveaways every single week. I'm set up to do so. You guys just got to figure it out on your own. But I'm telling you another thing I'm going to do. I'm probably going to do small giveaways for the 18 and 1900 subscribers. Nothing big, but I'm going to make a big deal out of 2K when I get there.
Yeah,
that will be something that I'm going to seek out. I'm going to seek out some stuff. 2K. I feel like the first 1,000 was impossible. Getting to the second 1,000 in such a quick manner is going to be it's going to be worth celebrating, because
when you cross 1,000,
you pass that one goal, then you set a new one. And I have, if you haven't sit down and talked to me in private, I got goals like y'all would never believe. My goals are they don't ever end. So I'm definitely going to keep pushing. But the 2,000 giveaway, I'm going to make it a dandy. I just haven't figured out exactly what. But we're going to cater to every form of treasure hunting in that giveaway. That's about all I can say about it right now.
When did you cross 1,000?
150, and man,
when did I? July of last year.
Okay.
Wow.
Somewhere around there. Yeah, maybe a little bit before that. I think I got my hours in July. No, I got my hours at the end of June. I would say it was middle of June last year, or maybe right at the beginning of July. Both my hours and my subscribers crossed really, really close together.
Honestly, for us, the 1,000 subs was easy, easier. Again, we had no clue what we were doing when we first started this. We just were putting stuff out for our family, and because we live on an island, and then we started getting people from other places start to comment, and we were like, wow, that's pretty cool. And so we've kind of grown with it, and then said, all right, so we're going to really try to do this. And so 1,000 subs, we set our mind on that. But what's really dragging us right now is our watch hours.
And you know,
we were putting out like
that's
5,
going
6
to come.
videos in the beginning.
I think that's going to come a lot faster than what you think, because with the subscriber count continually moving every day, that the watch hours have got to be continually increasing every week. And then naturally you're going to hit something that YouTube likes, and it's going to give you quite a few of them. And it just takes time and work. It's doing things the right way for a period of time to where it gets recognized, basically.
And in the beginning, if I look back at my last 365 days, it's like really low on the watch hours. And then when Monday Dig started, it's been going up since then, which is good. That's kind of what I want to see. But when we reached 1,000 subscribers, we looked and we're like, okay, how many watch hours do we have? 1,200. Okay.
Little work.
Yeah, a little work. Yep.
Yeah, like I said, it takes a lot of work. Hey, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag yet, because every time I let the cat out of the bag early, I get a cancellation. But I think I got a guess next week that a lot of people are going to be interested in seeing. We settled on the 26th earlier in the month. We settled on that day, and I'll have to have a conversation. Hasn't been very much in the YouTube community in the last couple of years, but has really found other ways of blowing up his treasure hunting. So I have a feeling that next week's episode, if everything goes the way that it's supposed to, is going to be a very interesting, good time for anybody that wants to be a part of it. I haven't sit down and done a feature guest in a while. It's just been one of those things that I kind of got away from for a little bit, because it was getting to be kind of tiresome when people would be like, yeah, I want to do this. And then, 20 hours right when you're getting ready to drop your live stream link and your thumbnail that you spent an hour or two on, saying, you know what, something's came up and I can't do it. So I've been really reluctant to ask lately. But this one here, I asked a while back, and this one's probably going to be a lot of fun. It's somebody that I don't know at all. So usually I'm pretty timid about people that I don't know at all, but I know their content and I know what kind of person that they are. And I just have a feeling that it's going to be a dandy as long as everything works out. So everybody look for the thumbnail for next Thursday. I'm going to go ahead and lock this thing down here in the next couple of seconds. Ron, thank you for coming in today. I appreciate you sharing your history of military in your area and telling us a little bit about it today. Thank you for your donation to Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing. I truly appreciate that. Everybody stole my money that time, and that was a lot of fun. We got through that, and it was like it cost me a little bit, but it didn't cost me everything I had set aside. So I got a little bit of money to take up there and enter into raffles and stuff like that that's left over. And I prepared for that. I don't want anybody to think that I'm rich or anything, because I am not a rich guy. I saved money for that and set that aside to try to do that. I wanted to give everybody a way to feel like they could get something for their money, and that would be to double it. If you get twice as much out of your money, then that's a win.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be on here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come back sometime, because just the private part of the conversation before the stream today, I got a whole other list of things that I'm curious about. So, we may have to do this for like an hour sometime, if you don't mind. I think that we can have a lot of fun with that. Gene,
yes,
you guys, if you keep killing it the way you're killing it out there, things are only going to improve for every single one of us. So I appreciate what you and your son do out there, and it's made Monday Digs a blast. I wouldn't trade the friendship for the world. So you guys mean a lot to me.
Same here, man. We have a lot of fun with this, and just looking forward to continuing to grow as a family, as friends, as a community. It's been a lot of fun, and
Yeah, I'm very thankful for Mondays and Thursdays, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because every other bit of BS that's going on in the world right now, I forget about it for 2, 3, 4 hours, and it's just good people having fun. It's We Dig It. Jeff, God, I couldn't get your name out of my mouth. But it is We Dig It. It's a great channel on the island in the American Virgin Islands down there. They find some great jewelry and stuff. A lot of excitement. Very good moral family. It's exactly what this world needs is morality. I mean, I can't say anything more than that. But everybody else that's in the chat that's hung out, the 40 that's still here for the last 80 minutes, I appreciate you all. I think the world of you. If there's something you want to promote, my email is, I will drop it really fast. If there's anything that you want to talk about, promote, go about in any manner of speaking, and if it's a worthy cause, or I will definitely do something to help you. Let me get that email out there for everybody. You can always contact me through that. And I'm telling you what, I'm losing my mind today. Oh, because I was on the wrong list.
I had to laugh at a comment that said Hazard sounds crazier than Dodge City.
There's, I don't know that Hazard is what it was in the 90s, but in the 90s, it was a pretty weird place.
It's a close knit family. A lot of times, people from Kentucky, if they know you're from Hazard, they're like, oh, okay. Like it has a reputation. It really does.
American Gold Prospectors, I just made you a moderator. Please, next time you stop by, feel free to share your link. Good night, Miss Patty Disharoon. Thank you for being here. As always, I appreciate your support when you stop by. This has been a lot of fun tonight, just kind of hanging out, BSing. Keep your fingers crossed that next week works out the way that it's supposed to, and I have a featured guest in here again. And I will see everybody on #MondayDigs. More than likely starting at 7 o'clock next Monday with Treasure Hunting with Swifty. Much love to everybody. Take care of your families. Take care of each other, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody.